All right. Hello, everybody. My name's Jack, and I'm going to show you how to get around London. So, London, of course, is a bustling historic city with a diverse options for state-of-the-art public transportation. And I think these are the best ways to get around the city, coming from a student who lived there for 4 months. So basically, London is divided into 9 zones. Central London, which is where the big city and skyscrapers and all the famous landmarks are. That's considered zones 1 and 2. So London is easily connected to the rest of the United Kingdom via train, as well as the rest of Europe through various ferry ports, as well as the shuttle, the underground train between Paris and Amsterdam and Brussels. So to start, we have walking. Might seem like a bit of a boring way, but I think this is a great way to get around London. So iconic London landmarks are a very short distance away from each other. For example, you can get from Buckingham Palace back to Parliament in 10 minutes or so. There's benefits to walking, of course, that don't come with other forms of transportation. It's the only free way of transportation as it is cost effective. You get exercise, which improves your mental and physical health. It's also the best way to get an up close look at the architecture and famous city life that London is known for. Uh, you also have some apps that can help navigate London and make it easier for walking, such as Google Maps and City Mapper. And pro tip, avoid cyclists in busier areas because they do not want you there and they will run you over. Also, avoid crossing red lights, as London drivers are known to be a bit ruthless. And according to the Transport for London website, walking was voted the best way to get around the city by Londoners themselves. So clearly, it can't be that bad. Next, we have the Tube and the other trains, of course, in the city. So the Tube or the London Underground and also the Overground are the fastest ways to get around the city. You can pay with an Oyster card and also other contactless apps. But the Tube is also capped for cost control, so you can only spend £15 a day. The National Rail or the Overground connects central London to other metropolitan areas in other UK cities, like Birmingham and Edinburgh. A pro tip also, check online for tube strikes and closures and stand on the right of escalators because people will walk up the left side. Londoners are always in a rush, so you do not want to get in their way. And in the bottom corner there is me on the tube coming back from the club. I love the tube. I took it every day to school, as well as to see my friends, to grocery shop, to get to the airport. It was great. Next, we have the famous double-decker buses. So buses reach many areas that the tube doesn't connect to. From my own experience, I took the bus to go visit my girlfriend who lived in Kingston upon Thames, which is a part of London that's not connected by the underground. You have some scenic routes with buses, such as the number 9 or the 11, for sightseeing on your way back from work, school, etc. You can pass Parliament, you can pass Buckingham Palace, you can pass Tower Bridge, even drive over Tower Bridge. So it makes your commute all the more interesting. Tip, you cannot use cash on buses, and you should also use apps to track bus times and bus stops, as there are often some delays. In the bottom right-hand corner is me on the bus, about to fall asleep, coming back from a long day of classes. So there are other methods, of course, to get around the massive city. You can take a river cruise on the River Thames, which I think is a great way to see the city. Other rideshare apps like Bolt and Uber, the famous black cabs that you've probably seen in Harry Potter, your equivalent to the NYC yellow taxis, of course. You can use bikes, you can use scooters, you can use skateboards. Those are all okay as long as it's not in the street. Pro tip, the Uber boat, like I said earlier, was my favorite way of getting around the city. I took it from St. George's Wharf in Vauxhall, where I lived, up to Greenwich, and you see so many amazing landmarks. I mean, on my right, I had the O2 Arena. On the left, I had Shakespeare's Globe Theater. It's just amazing. So, in conclusion, walking, buses, trains, bikes, boats, etc., are all great ways to get around the city. However, my personal opinion by far is the bus. It's cheaper than the train, by far the most scenic route. Buses come very often as well, and they take you to all sorts of places outside of London. And according to Split the Bills, as well as US News Weekly, it was voted the best and most cost-efficient way for students to get around the city. So, in conclusion, if you guys are looking to take a trip to London anytime soon, I hope you can use my tips and my experiences to make sure your wallet doesn't suffer as much as mine did. Thank you.